You're watching South Asia Newsline, and here are the top stories we're tracking for you on Monday, the 8th of May. Tourist boat capsizes in India's southern Kerala, more than 20 killed. Residents of Pakistan's Karachi worry over surge in street crime. An IMF raises concerns about Bangladesh's economy as forex reserves fall. And now for all the details. More than 20 people drowned after a boat capsized off the coastal town of Malappuram in India's Kerala state. Large crowds of people gathered to watch as dozens of rescue workers early on Monday conducted search operations using an excavator to drag the vessel from the muddy waters back on the shore. The boat, which was carrying about 40 inbound passengers, overturned as it was overcrowded, a police official said. Deep divers were also conducting search operations underwater to look for any survivors till the last reports came in.
हमें जैसा सूचना मिली कि 30 लोग एक नाव पलटने के कारण डूब गए हैं, तो हम यहाँ पर रात को 1:30 बजे आकर पहुँचे और पहुँचते हमने हमारा जो है सर्चिंग का ऑपरेशन शुरू किया। हमारे पहुँचने से पहले यहाँ पर लगभग 20 जो है लोगों को निकाला गया है, डेड बॉडीज, और अभी जो हमारा ऑपरेशंस जो है चालू है। हमारे डीप डाइवर्स और हमारी रेस्क्यू टीम अभी लगातार पानी में सर्चिंग कर रही है।
Officials said the death toll was likely to rise further. About 10 passengers were currently being treated in various hospitals and many had been discharged after first aid. And a day after calling his Pakistani counterpart Bilawal Bhutto-Zardari a spokesperson of terror industry, India's Foreign Minister S. Jaishankar said that he's a good host for good guests. Jaishankar, during an interaction on the government's foreign policy, said that Bilawal was invited in his capacity as a representative of Pakistan to put matters pertaining to the SCO. But in his media interaction after the summit, he spoke everything else pertaining to India, but not the SCO meet. The Indian Foreign Minister said Pakistan conducts terrorism and asserts its right to do terrorism.
His past value judgments, from Kashmir to G20 to BBC documentary. I mean, as I said, other than SCO, he's spoken about everything else. So now, what do I do as a host? See, if I have a guest who's a good guest, I'm a good host.
Well, Pakistan's PM Shehbaz Sharif and former President Asif Ali Zardari have slammed opposition PTI chief Imran Khan after he alleged that military intelligence ISI's top office Major-General Faisal Naseer tried to kill him twice and was also involved in killing of journalist Arshad Sharif. Sharif said Khan's act of routinely maligning and threatening the Pakistan army for petty political gains is highly condemnable and will not be tolerated. Zardari said Khan had crossed all limits to defame institutions. Meanwhile, reacting to the attack by the ruling coalition, PTI leader Asad Umar questioned Sharif that why he was quiet when former PM Nawaz Sharif attacked the then army chief. He accused the coalition of hiding behind army as they cannot compete politically with the PTI chief. And moving on, Pakistan's financial capital Karachi is facing an alarming increase in street crimes, with residents worried for their safety. Locals have blamed it as the failure of the police, government and the judicial system, highlighting that criminals now rob people in broad daylight. A report. Residents of Pakistan's financial capital Karachi have said they are worried over rising street crimes, while the law enforcement authorities in the city have failed to curb robberies, kidnappings and murders in broad daylight. Locals say the country's worsening economic crisis is forcing people to resort to unwanted crimes, and the police and the government have left Karachi and its residents at the mercy of criminals.
सेफ्टी नहीं है हमारी, हर कहीं जगह जगह वारदात हो रही है। लोगों लेडीज़ों के पर्स छीने जा रहे हैं, जेवर छीने जा रहे हैं, अंदर दुकान पे बैठा हुआ है, दुकान पे आके जो कुछ है सब कुछ लेके जा रहे हैं। सेफ्टी नहीं है भाई, हमें सेफ्टी दो आप। महंगाई इतनी हो गई है, लोगों के पास खाने को नहीं है और उसके ऊपर ये
मगर ये कि रोज़ाना का हाल अहवाल हो गए हैं। मगर गरीब आदमी वैसे ही महंगाई से पिसा हुआ था, इस चीज़ में बिल्कुल मर गए हैं। आए रोज़ाना आते हैं, स्नैचिंग हो रही है, मोबाइल छीन रहे हैं, चलते फिरते आते हैं, हाथों में छीन के ले जाते हैं, किसी को मार देते हैं, मगर कोई तहफ़्फ़ुज़ कोई कुछ नहीं है। इसमें गवर्नमेंट को चाहिए कि हाँ जी को आप पेट्रोलिंग वगैरह बढ़ाएं, यहाँ पर आपको आवाम के लिए हाँ जी कुछ सहूलत वगैरह मदद करें, मगर यहाँ पर नज़र नहीं आ रहा है इसमें।
Reports suggest that over 21,000 cases of street crime took place in the first 3 months of 2023 alone. However, the actual figure appears to be way higher, as a large number of victims were either denied registration of FIRs or they themselves chose not to approach police due to lack of trust and hope of action. And foreign ministers of China, Afghanistan and Pakistan reached consensus over multiple topics, including neighbourly ties, security, counter-terrorism, connectivity, trade and investment in a trilateral dialogue in Islamabad this past weekend. Taliban's foreign minister Imran Khan agreed with China and Pakistan to extend the Belt and Road Initiative to Afghanistan, potentially drawing in billions of dollars in the sanctions-hit country. Pakistan and China also pledged to humanitarian and economic assistance. Afghanistan sits as a key geographical trade and transit route between South and Central Asia and has billions of dollars of untapped mineral resources. The Taliban administration, which seized power in 2021, has not been recognized yet by any foreign government. And a delegation of International Monetary Fund (IMF) on Sunday concluded a visit to Bangladesh to discuss recent macroeconomic developments and implementation of the fund-supported program. Rahul, Anand, IMF mission chief for Bangladesh, said despite the challenging economic backdrop, Bangladesh remains one of the fastest growing economies in the Asia-Pacific region. However, he raised concerns over the persistent inflationary pressures, elevated volatility of global financial conditions, which continues to weigh on growth, forex reserves and country's currency, taka. Bangladesh's foreign currency reserves slipped to a 6-year low in March end amid soaring import cost. Reports suggest Bangladesh is in a position to pay around only 5 months' import bills. And more than 100 tribal couples exchanged marital vows at a mass wedding ceremony in eastern India this past weekend. Mass weddings are increasingly becoming popular in India as they reduce worries of monetary implications. As many as 108 couples belonging to the tribal community tied the knot at a mass wedding ceremony in India's eastern Siliguri city on Sunday. The couples donned traditional attires and performed Hindu nuptial rituals. The event was organized to help the people who cannot afford wedding ceremonies and to support people considered to be from the socially backward classes.
108 जोड़े हैं, पूरे उत्तर बंगाल से हैं, विशेष रूप से जलपाईगुड़ी जिला और ये सिल्लीगुड़ी के आसपास का हमारा सबसे पहले कार्य खोड़ीबाड़ी में प्रारंभ हुआ था 1984 में।
घर में तो खर्चा हो जाएगा ना, इसके लिए यहाँ आया है। इसके लिए बहुत यहाँ आया है, बहुत अच्छा लगा है।
Mass weddings are very popular, especially among the economically backward sections of the Indian society, as these reduce the worries of financial implications among the parents or guardians of the brides. Well, that's all in tonight's edition. We'll see you same time tomorrow. Good night.